Well, viewers, this week we certainly do have something for everyone. We start the episode with a nice gentle trip around the Gunbower Island, talking about the basics of four-wheel driving. We then get stuck into the hardcore action up in Queensland of Round 1 Winter Truck Challenge. No delay, I'm Simon Christie and this is 4Wheel Drive TV. Let's get into it.
Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard.
Simon Christie from 4Wheel Drive TV. Now Simon, you've got 3 4-wheel drive shows that you're producing at the moment. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
We have been very busy over the last few years. We've got 4-wheel drive TV, which is a crossover between lifestyle and motorsport in the 4-wheel drive scene right across Australia and New Zealand. We've got Your 4x4, more of a touring and destination program. It's set up to let the older folks know where they can go 4-wheel driving, but we're starting to see a lot of the younger people interested in that as well, getting out, doing some touring, some family-based 4-wheel driving. And then we've got the new show, Simon Christie's 4-Wheel Drive Pro Tips. And that show is all about education. What sort of things you need to put on your 4-wheel drive, how to drive your 4-wheel drive, where you can take it 4-wheel driving. It's really about setting it up for the right sort of tracks. So across the 4-wheel drive scene, we've just about got it all covered.
We're here on the Murray on the beautiful Gunbower Island, and I've heard it's good for many things, including 4-wheel driving. Have you ever been here yourself?
Aaron, I had no idea until you guys approached me that there was even an island in Australia, in Victoria. So I'm very impressed. First time here and very keen to have a look around.
Let's do it. What's the biggest mistake that people make in 4-wheel driving?
Well, certainly a lot of people do make a lot of mistakes, but I think the biggest thing for beginners is going out and buying a 4-wheel drive and thinking that that's a license to go anywhere, or that it automatically gives them the skills and the ability to go anywhere. The best advice for anybody who's interested in getting into 4-wheel driving is to go and test drive some vehicles, find the vehicle that's right for yourself, for your lifestyle, but then realistically go out and join a 4-wheel drive club, get involved with a group of 4-wheel drivers, or do a driver education course. You really need to understand how your vehicle reacts, because it does react differently to a normal car, how to get the best out of your vehicle, and how to successfully, how to capably, how to skillfully tackle many different terrains.
What sort of technique are we looking at to stop a roll going up an ascent like this?
Looking at a hill like this, and it's not that steep, but it can be overwhelming for some people, and looking out through the windscreen, we've basically got a wall of dirt ahead of us. It looks overwhelming, but the 4-wheel drives are quite capable of doing it. We've got the right sort of tyres, we've got the right sort of vehicle. The key though is to keep the vehicle straight. Now, the vehicle may bounce around a little bit, the tyres might bounce from left to right, the track might be slippery. We've got plenty of grip here, the track's nice and dry, and as you can see, smoothly up we go, and there's no drama at all of any slip from left to right. Quite a simple case.
What's the best way to tackle those wheel ruts? I can imagine that it's completely different if we're travelling in the wet season and it's all muddy as well.
Well, the thing with ruts, it's quite interesting. You've got choices. You can either be in the ruts or out of the ruts. If it was a steep uphill climb, we definitely want to be in the ruts, especially if it's slippery, because the ruts will act like tram tracks and keep the vehicle travelling true. If it's a nice flat section like that back there and the ruts are quite deep, then we're going to straddle the ruts. Obviously, if the terrain is very slippery, I'll slip off the top of the ruts and back into the rut, and the vehicle can become stuck. So you've got to assess the terrain, assess the conditions, what you need to do with the vehicle and where you need to get, and either straddle the rut or stick in the rut to provide yourself with a safe concourse through the terrain.
Tell us a little bit about the accessories and the setup of the vehicle.
Well, again, being set up is key to how you can be resourceful out there on your own, which is all about the adventure once again. Outside of the vehicle, we've done some important modifications of this vehicle, and the first thing I think that's most important is a bull bar. It protects the vehicle, it protects the occupants of the vehicle. But the bull bar is more than that. It's a platform. It's a platform for mounting aerials, for our communication, for our spotlights so we can see more safely, see more at night time, and also for our winch that we spoke about earlier, which is an integral part of self-recovery.
What are the essential types of tools that you need for vehicle recovery?
Well, for many 4-wheel drivers, getting stuck is actually part of the fun. It's what it's all about, going and setting yourself challenges and trying to overcome those. Generally, most four-wheel drivers, for safety reasons, should travel with other vehicles. But if you're a highly experienced four-wheel driver, then you certainly want to get yourself into a situation where you are very self-resourceful, and the key to that is having a winch. Now, a winch will typically be a 12-volt operated winch, so it's a powered winch. They're mounted to the front of the vehicle on a bull bar, much like this one here, and they're an awesome way, if you know how to use it, if you're experienced, to get your vehicle out of generally most situations you'll come across in the bush. This is your basic recovery kit. Now, whether you're travelling alone or you're travelling in a group of vehicles, you should always have your own recovery gear. For winching, we've got a snatch block. This will double the effectiveness of the winch in high load situations. We've got a tree trunk protector. You never ever wrap a winch cable or a winch rope around a tree. It will damage and kill that tree possibly. We have a winch extension strap for the situations where we're bogged and we need a longer stretch with our winch. And we've got a snatch strap, which is probably one of the most misunderstood but one of the most well used and most important parts about vehicle recovery when you're out in the bush. We also have a winch dampener for safety reasons to lay over the winch cable, and we've got some rated D shackles so that we're really adaptable in the way that we can connect these straps to a variety of vehicles, and they must be connected to rated recovery points that are mounted on the chassis of the vehicle. So again, a lot of people have problems of where they connect these straps to vehicles. They really need to do a driver education course or be involved in a four-wheel drive club, have the right knowledge of how to use this equipment correctly. Coming to Melbourne is the National 4x4 Show held at the Melbourne Showgrounds. It is your chance to get up close and personal with all of the major products in the four-wheel drive industry. There is also going to be some amazing action held within the outdoor action arena. We've got monster truck displays, we've got extreme vehicle displays, we've even got an extreme 4x4 competition. But big and brand new for this year, there are going to be monster truck rides for the kids. So with something for everybody, the Melbourne 4x4 Show is going to be a huge one on the last weekend of August. All of the details on the 4Wheel Drive TV website. Come along to one of these events. I'd love to meet you.
The next generation of shock absorbers is here. Leading the way in 4x4 suspension development, Old Man Emu introduces the most advanced and finely tuned shock absorber on the market. Nitro Charger Sport incorporates a new valving system that instantly adapts to all terrain for an outstanding smooth ride and phenomenal control. Backed by a 3-year, 60,000 kilometre warranty, you can trust Nitro Charger Sport, built in Australia for Australian conditions.
I'm Kris Weston, off-road racer and owner of Off-Road Rush, and I wouldn't race on anything else than my Mickey Thompson tyres.
I trust my Mickey Thompsons at high speed. They can handle wet or dry without any trouble. And that means I can keep racing while the competitors stop to change tyres. Mickey Thompson? No wonder they call them legendary.
Call 1300-MICKEY for your nearest dealer.
Finally, the driving light you've always wanted is here, boasting a class-leading free-form reflector and a super tough polycarbonate lens and ABS housing. The all-new Nava Ultimate 225 is a revolutionary driving light, available in halogen, halogen blue and HID, in both spread and pencil beams, and supplied complete with a plug-and-play wiring harness and polycarbonate lens protectors. These Aussie Outback Tough Lights outshine the competition. Visit nava.com.au for more information and make the switch to the brightest lights in town.
G'day, I'm Brent Taylor and welcome to round one of the ROPS WTC series for 2012. The event is run by Brad Dukes and myself. Brent Taylor, located in Mackay, have one of the rounds up there. Brad Dukes based in Rockhampton. Two of the rounds are run in the Rockhampton area. We started running the WTC series 3 years ago. There wasn't regular competition series in this area and North Queensland area at the time, so we started this series and are having great success with it. A lot of interest and cars coming from everywhere to do it. This is round one of the 2012 ROPS WTC series, being held at New Chum property just outside of Mount Morgan, approximately 30 minutes south of Rockhampton. We're on about 6,000 acres here, so plenty of room to play in. Most of the stages are very spectator friendly, with a couple of really big long runs for the guys, plenty of area for GPS. This weekend we started out with 19 competitors. We'll obviously see how that goes over the weekend with natural attrition rates. For the 2012 series, we are running a 3-round series. Round one is a fairly critical round for the guys. It does lay the groundwork for them for the rest of the season. Obviously, if they have a good round here, confidence levels are up and they certainly go away feeling confident about the next round and how well they're going to do. Layout for the weekend. We have set out a total of 15 stages. We have a long weekend this weekend, so it's going to be good to run a little bit longer on the Sunday. We have 2 night stages on Saturday night, which is going to give us a total of 13 day stages between Saturday and Sunday. Stage 1 is a 15 kilometre long high speed run for the guys. A lot of different terrain out there. They're going to get some good speed up along some of the flatter sections, but there's a lot of hills, a lot of rock, quite a few creeks which will slow them down, but overall it'll be a really great run. They got a 30-minute DNF on that one. Stage 2 on Saturday is in the main creek area. We have a number of stages in here. Stage 2 has a total of 3 winch walls in it, so it's going to be a rather tough stage for the guys. Right as their last winch, they have a choice of 2 to do, so we're leaving it up to the guys. We'll see how they go with their choice. We believe most of the guys will pick one in particular wall. Stage 3, also in the main creek area. It's got a total of 2 winch walls in it. Very tough walls, these two. Quite vertical. And be very, very interesting to see how some of the lower powered vehicles handle the terrain. Higher powered vehicles we expect will do quite well. Stage 4, also in the main creek area. This incorporates the sandy creek itself, not just the walls. The guys will drop out of the start box, back down one of the deeper walls, so it's a nice little drop in. They have 2 winch walls to do, as well as a figure of 8 in the sandy creek itself. So it should be fairly interesting, a bit of soft sand and water. It's going to make it quite sloppy in there.
I'm Glenn from Ultimate 4-Wheel Drive. One of the things we've noticed here in Perth is a change in the consumer over the last 6 to 12 months. Customers are very savvy about what they're putting on their car. They want peace of mind. They want to know that what they're getting is absolute quality. They do their research and have a particular amount of money they want to spend, and they tend to stick to that. The fancy gadgets and all the things that open and shut and don't last too long are off the menu, and what is on the menu is the core quality accessories to get them out and about. It really is about the outcome. So these days it's about a customer doing the research, and then for us it's about facilitating that, making sure that we can get all of the quality gear on their car that's conducive to the outcome of what they're looking to do. It's not about just selling something, it's about giving them those core products so they can get out and about and really enjoy themselves.
Okay, welcome to day 2 of the ROPS WTC series, round 1. Today we've got a total of 6 stages, GPS stage, a number of stages in the creek, and quite a few stages in the main creek area as well. The guys will do the rock stage, 2-hour GPS, and a smaller GPS stage today. They're going to get a lot of seat time. The guys are going to be absolutely buggered by the end of today, but I expect that they'll have thoroughly enjoyed themselves. Stage 5 on the main creek area. This stage drops into the main area along a long straight, one of the creek banks, up one of 2 winch walls, drop back into the bank, up the second winch wall, into the sandy creek again, and then back into the finish box. Stage 6 uses the top end of the main creek area. The guys will come out of the start box, weave through a very tight course through the trees, drop back down to the bank of the main creek, a big long speed run along the bank, up one winch wall. They'll then do a circuit back round onto the bank and then up a second winch wall. They will probably need to use block and tackle on this one because the designated winch tree is in a really awkward position, so if they can't drive it, they're going to have to double line pull. Stage 7 uses the very top end of the creek, nice big sandy creek bed. Guys will come out of the start box, turn right into the creek. They've got about a 500 metre dash up the sandy creek with a stop gate in the middle of it, so providing the guys don't stop too much in the water, they should get through it okay. If not, it's going to be a big long winch to the next section where it's a bit harder and they can get some drive. They'll pop out of the creek, it will probably be a winch, drop back into the sandy creek to a checkpoint, then head out, pick up a GPS point and then back to the start finish box. Stage 8 is in the second of the 2 creek areas that we have here. Guys will drop into the creek very, very tight. They'll veer up a very big drive wall, head out, collect the GPS point, come back, drop into the creek, and then they have a very tight, windy section through the creek itself where they'll be in and out of the creek. It's going to be very, very tight. Be interesting to see how the guys handle this one. Stage 9, out of the start box, the guys come across a very tight little creek. I expect it to be a winch. Head up a very rocky hill, do a U-turn at the top, head down into a V-gully that would be no more than about 20 metres long, but it is a hairpoint turn. Expect a lot of penalties on this stage. We've bunted it very, very tight. They will then head out of the creek, up a very rocky wall again. They need to reverse down the other side of the hill where they go up, then do a figure of 8 back into the creek and back into the start box. Stage 10 is our rock stage. We have some very big natural rock formations here out on one of the back sections. It's about 4 k's from the main area. Not very spectator friendly, unfortunately, but the guys are really going to like this. I think big slabs of granite. They'll drop down in through the creek, very rocky, and then back into the start finish box.
Viewers, the wait is over. Shop online at the 4Drive TV store for personalised merchandise, 4Drive TV clothing, 4Drive products and even DVD subscriptions. That's right, 2 episodes of 4Drive TV posted out to you every fortnight for the whole series, and all for just $50. Support your favourite program, wear the brand you love and never miss another episode with our collector's DVD subscriptions. Get shopping at 4drivetv.com.au with the 4Drive TV online store.
If you drive a 4-wheel drive with or without a dual battery kit, then it's time to upgrade. Modern vehicles and modern battery technologies require smart electronics, and the Piranha Off-Road Products DBE 140 dual battery controller has all the smart grunt you will need packed into an affordable and tiny package. Priced at just $170, the Piranha DBE 140 is the smart choice in dual battery management. For more information on how you can stay charged, visit piranhaoffroad.com.au.
Okay, my name's Kris. This is my rig here. It's a 2004 Toyota Prado. I've got most of the gear done all at once. It's got an ARB fridge with the new ARB drawers, which has been really handy. It's even got the ARB grill protector for it. It's got the 9,000 pound winch. I'd like to get the nylon winch cable for it instead of the steel. Running the Mickey Thompson tyres, the MTZs, so they're a bit rugged, but they've done the job so far, they've never let me down. That's a Safari snorkel, all ARB fitted. It's got the ARB annex to the ARB bar. I'm also running a rear Kmart bar with a twin wheel carrier, with a high-lift jack carrier as well. Running OME suspension, also got the twin ARB diff locks. Also running a VMS off-road sat-nav system, which is really good with the twin map system on it. I'd like to get an air horn for it, and I'd like to run the new ARB twin compressor. But at the moment, got everything on it I'd like. Probably some LED lights. Drove from Hobart to Cape York 13,000 Ks in 7 weeks. I went with 5 other four-wheel drives and they were calling me a soccer mum all the way up, and on the way home it was the only one that didn't fail or let anyone down, so they were pretty quiet on the way home. Our next big trip next year will be the Simpson Desert Track, up to Birdsville and then back down through to WA there. Love driving four-wheel drives. The ability to get out there and see things that other people don't normally see, and just the technical driving aspect of it as well.
If you'd like to be the weekly Your Rig right here on 4Wheel Drive TV, then send an email to myself with Your Rig in the subject line. Each weekly winner takes home an electric blue span set snap strap, a complete You Fix It windscreen repair kit, a DP chip stubby holder and Berrima diesel cap, an ARB cap, a packet of Up and Go courtesy of Sanitarium, ARB Penrith stubby holder, an emergency can of ARB Outback Survival socks, a set of 4Wheel Drive TV stickers, an RFI stubby holder and an RFI cap, an X17 Bisca's synthetic axe, a 911 memorial cap courtesy of 511 Tactical, ARB's latest new product, Forby the soft toy, a tyre puncture repair kit courtesy of Black Widow, a magazine from Bow Hunter, Wild Deer and Hunting Adventures and Dirt Comp. And it's all neatly packed up in an ARB cargo gear carry bag.
I'd like to thank Simon and Miranda for the prize pack and all the sponsors.
Stages 11 and 12 are our night stages under lights. The guys are doing car-on-car racing in the main creek area. There's a big long bank on the opposite side to where the spectators stand, so they're going to get a great view of the cars doing some pretty high speeds along the creek bank. The bank itself is probably about 300 metres long, so they're going to get some decent speed heading along there. They then kick up one of the walls that they've done earlier in the day, weave through the trees on the top of the ridge, and then drop back onto the creek bank and back into the start-finish box. Guys will do one lap on each stage, giving them stages 11 and 12. Stage 13 is our 2-hour GPS. The guys have been given a total of 66 GPS points. They have 2 hours to complete as many as they can, bring them back before the 2-hour period. If they do enter the start-finish box after that 2-hour period, they will DNF the stage. So they really need to be watching time and obviously get as many points as they can. Stage 14 is the second of our GPS runs. This is a point-to-point GPS. Guys will be given the first point at the start box, and then on each tree or each point is their next point. They have a total of 7 points to pick up here, and then a big dash back to the start-finish box. Stage 15 is a reverse of stage 1. It's about a 15-kilometre run. The guys should get some really good speed. There is also a lot of tight creeks in this one as well. Righto, end of day 2 and end of the competition for the weekend. It's been a fantastic weekend. I believe we ended up with 12 by the end of it. Rollovers yesterday, quite a few cars putting their vehicles on their sides, but all in all, really, really good day. We need to make a huge thank you to our sponsors, ROPS, Ute Bodies and Engineering, their naming rights sponsor for the year. Fantastic to have them on board. I also need a massive thank you to our other supporters and sponsors, ARB Rockhampton, Tintercar Rockhampton, Total Off-Road, Bridge Street Tyre and Mechanical, Repco and Blackwoods. And of course, we also need to thank 4Wheel Drive TV for being out here covering everything for the weekend. Without the support of these guys, very hard to get media coverage, so thank you very much, 4Wheel Drive TV. Also need to give a really big thanks to Brad Dukes. He's put in a lot of time, a lot of effort to get this event running, and yeah, he's done a fantastic job to get it ready to the point it is this weekend. Also need to make a huge thanks to the competitors. These guys come back year after year. Great to see continued support. Our events are growing in numbers every year. We're getting a lot of new faces. It's great to see people building trucks, getting out here and having fun for the weekend. Another big thank you obviously we need to give is to all of our marshals and officials. These guys put in their own time all weekend. It's fantastic. For anyone that wants more information on the ROPS WTC series for 2012, head to our website, which is www.wtc4x4.com.au, where you can find all the info you need on when the next event is going to be. We have all the rankings, where the guys came over the weekend, photos from the weekend and that sort of thing. So head to the website, very interactive and informative. Really hope to see us all in Mackay for round 2 and expect it to be tough.
Bob Cameron's my name. Me and my son Aidan run this car. The Bit, we call it, was a part of the 2 and a Bit team years ago. It's an old Land Rover. It's 34-year-old. Still got a Land Rover motor and gearbox in it. .35-inch tyres, Deflocks front and back, a giggle pin winch at the front and a crazy eye winch at the back, and the sponsor is All Trim, Bob Cameron Builders and Land Rover Spares and Mackay. We've come down to try and do the WTC challenge. This is probably our 3rd year. We quite enjoy it and we come back again. That's about it.
Well, viewers, unfortunately the end of another episode. Make sure you jump onto our website, enter all of the competitions. We've got some fantastic prizes and keep up to date with the latest news in the four-wheel drive scene. Also, jump onto Facebook, like 4-Wheel Drive TV and send Simon Christie a friend request. I'd love to hear from you. Well, viewers, tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard, tune in next week.